If I traded it all, if I gave
So welcome back, everyone. I'm excited about bringing on my next guest because the season is coming that is big, big, big. It's actually right now here in Arizona. I have with me Peter South, and he's the owner of iTrip Vacations. You got to tell everybody a little bit about yourself. Why right now is the big time for the season? This coming around in the beginning of the year is such a hot season for you.
Well, Carol, welcome back. Welcome back to the show.
Thank you.
Yes, I'm Peter South. I'm the owner of iTrip, and we are your full-service property manager for short-term rentals, Airbnb, VRBO, and I don't know if you went outside today, but it's really nice outside.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, gosh, anybody that comes in. We got a lot of people that this week are going to be coming in and visiting us, and oh, my God, everyone better listen up.
So, yeah, why are people coming here? Well, I don't know, because I can wear a short sleeve shirt and sit on my patio and just
be by the pool.
Enjoy it, yes, and go in our heated pools. So, yes, this is the season for short-term rentals in Arizona because it's cold in Minnesota and Chicago and Canada. And they want to come here because it's sunny and warm and you can sit by the pool and eat chips and salsa, which who doesn't love that? So this is our busy season. This is when people make the most money in Arizona in short-term rentals. This is the big time. And we are ready to go full swing. Our properties, honestly, Carol, we're almost like it's 75% booking already, occupancy for the whole entire spring.
Wow.
Our owners are crushing it. We have our houses filled up, and we are going to be busy because we have people coming in every weekend, every week. Our houses are filled, and our owners are going to be very happy
and
this
you
spring.
don't just fill them for this time of the year. You fill them all year.
Yes. So yes, this is the season.
This is
our
easy.
properties are filled, but year round we do really well filling our properties, and that's because we're active management. We're not a passive management company, and so we are not just hoping people book our properties. We go out and we change our listings. We change our prices. We reach out to people. We have alternative booking sites. We go on Facebook. We go on all these other secret sites. They're not secret sites, but if I told them to you, they wouldn't mean anything to you. But there are people looking for houses all year round for various reasons, for business, for medical, for weddings, all of these reasons. And we have our hands in all of these platforms with real estate agents to make sure your house gets booked, not just when it's February or December, when it's beautiful and warm, but also when it's 119 degrees and miserable here in Phoenix.
So I want to ask you, okay, when people call you, tell me who you look for, the kind of, there's a lot of people out there that are do-it-yourselfers, but they shouldn't do this kind of thing on their own. There's a good reason why.
Yes, this is such a do-it-yourselfer industry. That's how its origins are. And hey, just rent my room, rent my house. It's, I don't know, I'll put it on a bulletin board. It's very homegrown. But the reality is that this is a $100 billion industry, and in this city there's like 16,000 short-term rentals. So you can be a do-it-yourselfer and you can do okay, but. Do you want to
do great? Do you want to succeed?
Do you have time to be keeping up with all of the city regulations? Do you have time to be going to the properties, inspecting it, maintaining it, fixing it, responding to the guests, changing your listing, changing your prices, keeping up with prices? Are you actively looking at other rentals? How are you comparing prices to? You just have your property. And so, yes, you do pay us a fee, but we earn that fee because we have your house booked. I can pull the stats for you. Our houses have a higher occupancy than the entire valley. We are booked all the time, and that's because we're tirelessly working to make sure your house is booked all year long.
You should call them. Anybody that has an Airbnb, if you're trying to do it on your own, don't do it on your own. You need to have somebody who's behind you. You've got big guns. That's really what it is. Even though to explain that.
Yeah, so we are a family-run company. We're part of a bigger organization, though. So we are the local owners here. I'm Peter. I'm the owner. This is how I'm buying Christmas presents for my kids this Christmas. But we have the support of a national company that provides us top-shelf technology. So you have the best technology. You have the best access to all booking platforms, not just Airbnb, not just VRBO, Booking.com. We're on Hopper. We're on a really neat niche one, Marriott Homes and Villas. Look, do-it-yourselfer, you're not getting on Marriott Homes and Villas. The bar and barriers to entry are too high. You'll never get there. But that is our number 3 booking platform. And people that are Marriott Premier members, they're good guests. And they pay a premium for those properties, mostly because they're paying with points, but they don't care because they're paying with points. But that means you're making money. And we do all of our properties in crisp white linens. We have a professional cleaner that does all of our laundering off-site, provides everything for you. You don't have to we don't have to run to Costco. You might be running to Costco to grab, incidental soaps, things like that. You don't have to do any of that. We take care of that, all of that for you. We have a premium luxury experience for when our guests arrive. It feels like what they know when what do you know about a high-end hotel, the Marriotts and Hiltons? It feels like that. And when you're talking about 16,000 rentals here in town and 70,000 hotel rooms, you have to stand out. And those little things allow us to stand out because they show in the photos and then they show in the experience when you arrive.
The phone number to call is 480-586-9096. It's iTrip.com. Today you said you wanted to talk a little bit about your property services that you're offering.
Yeah, so one thing we offer for all of our owners is we offer light maintenance for free. That's one of our value adds. So, hey, if you want us to do free light maintenance, we're your company without a doubt. We fix a lot of things in these properties. And what we've noticed in short-term rentals specifically is that people don't destroy properties. They're very nice, but they use properties heavily. And what that means is that when they go to grab a door or a drawer, they pull a little harder. And they grab onto a little tighter. At your house, oh, that's the door. You just have to lift it up a little bit, and then you gently turn the handle. We all have those things in our house that we've learned to live with. But when you show up at some random rental property, you don't know that. You lift the door a little, and then gently pull. And so what happens over time is that things get loose, and they need to be tightened. And so we do that automatically for all of our owners, and we don't charge them for that. But I know there's a lot of do-it-yourselfers out there that, wouldn't it be nice if I came in and what if I did a 21-point inspection and I tightened all the screws on your chairs and I tightened all the screws in your towel bars and I checked the toilet flappers and I checked all the drawers and all the light switches to make sure everything is in good working order and I changed your air filter. What if I did all of that for you? Wouldn't that be so nice? And then you wouldn't have to, when something breaks, it won't break because we've already identified it. And if we come in every month and we check things for you, we stay ahead. And in this business, you have to stay ahead. So that way when the guest shows up and like, whoops, that broke. That's not good. We don't like that because that creates a negative experience. And so we want to eliminate any possibilities that someone might be like, I don't know, this place wasn't kept up very well. So if you don't want to go full service property management, no problem. But we want to help you be successful in your business. And one of the ways we can help you is by making sure that we care for your property. So I call it property services. And we're offering that service in the spring or in the new year that we'll come in, we'll do all those things, and then we'll help you identify these are the things you need to fix in the future so that way we can plan them accordingly so it's not a surprise.
The phone number to call them direct, it's 480-586-9096. And now I want to ask you, that's only for short-term rentals, or would you do that for anyone? Because I'm sitting there thinking, all right, come on in my house.
Well, I mean, there's really no difference. Our core business is short-term rentals, so we're gonna target short-term rentals. But hey, if you would like to come and have me come to your house once a month, I'm happy to tighten your screws in your house, Carol.
There's a lot of people that have more than one property here. There's a lot of people who are investors, and you need to make sure that your properties. But more than anything, when we talk about short-term rentals, they need to be up to snuff. You're at the level of Marriott. Right? And that's what you do, and all of your properties are like that. They are at that level.
That's right. We want to operate at the highest standard because that's the expectation. When people show up, they are expecting something that's like something out of Architecture Digest. I joke, but they're expecting a high-end experience, even if it's just in the suburbs of Chandler and Tempe. They're still expecting everything to be flawless, and that's what we strive for every time.
So you said this is a 28-point inspection on the home. Right?
I called it a 21-point inspection.
21? I'm sorry, 21.
Yes.
I'm sorry. So what? Give me a few of them.
Yeah. So we're going
toilet flappers got to be on the top.
We're going to check your toilet flapper. We're going to check for leaks under all of your sinks. We're going to check all of the screws and all your chairs and all that IKEA furniture you bought. So that way they're all tightened. So you don't have wobbly We're going to check for pests. Is there any infestations for pests? Do your lights work? Do your fans work? Does your microwave work?
That's awesome. So you do that, and it's a 21-point, like kind of an inspection that you do.
And we'll come and we'll inspect it all, we'll check it off, and then we'll identify, hey, these are the things that are upcoming you need to work on.
And so if they don't, if they decide that this is really cool, this guy did all of this, they can then have you come in there on a monthly basis or something like that, or how does that work?
Yeah, so we're going to offer several tiers. We're going to offer them monthly, and then quarterly, biannually, and annually, depending and what you want to do. We understand there's different price levels, but high-end properties, you should have someone in monthly. You just should.
Yeah.
Maybe you're sort of a lower earning, then get us in every quarter. It's wise.
You know what?
You're caring for your property. You're running a business, everybody. Your short-term rental is a business, and we're here to make you successful all the time. Whether you're a do-it-yourselfer or whether you have 100 properties, we want you to be successful.
He said he wants everybody to be tip-top condition. That's what he called it. Their phone number to call is 480-586-9096. It's iTrip.com.
Do you ever play the lottery? If so, you can definitely increase your odds of winning by playing through a lottery pool. The ticket costs are shared, so you pay only pennies per ticket, yet you can still win millions. This unique service is offered by PowerPick, which has an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. Check out this amazing deal. You can share in 105 tickets in Powerball, Pick, and Mega Millions for only $4.75. Go to easypooling.com, spelled E, the letter Z, then pooling.com. That's easypooling.com.
When does it get easier? I hear that all the time from business owners and leaders that just aren't getting the same results from their hard work they used to. I'm Ken Kilday, and I work with business owners and leaders to unlock their leadership genius. Start today with a breakthrough strategy session and start making the cut. Call or text 602-820-6978 or online at makingthecut.biz. That's 602-820-6978 or online at makingthecut.biz.
Times are tough. Money is a little tight. But did you know that legal certified document preparers like Jennifer Stupski can help with your family's legal stuff? Whether you need a last will and testament, power of attorney, healthcare directive, probate, trust settlements, or real estate help, no attorney needed. With over 2 decades of experience, Jennifer is an Arizona state licensed fiduciary, member of the Maricopa Bar Association, and senior advocate. So don't sweat the legal stuff. Call 602-457-2333 or visit legalstuffaz.com.
Feeling overwhelmed with your money? At More Wealth, we can help you feel on track without worrying about numbers or tracking the market all the time. Visit morewealthmanagement.net, where we use a new generation holistic approach to maximize your retirement income and help minimize taxes, so we can help you feel ahead financially and give you the financial clarity needed to calm your fears and provide peace of mind. Visit morewealthmanagement.net to schedule a consultation today.
We do not provide legal or tax advice, and you should consult an attorney or tax professional for such advice. Investment advisory services offered through More Wealth Partners LLC, a registered investment advisor.
Do you have a parent, grandparent, or loved one who needs some extra help? Senior Helpers has spent 16 years helping seniors continue to live at home as they age. Do you have a loved one needing help with grocery shopping, meal preparation, or even help taking a shower? Call Senior Helpers today at 480-621-6672. We specialize in helping seniors with Alzheimer's and dementia, Parkinson's disease, and other chronic illnesses to stay at home. You can find us online at seniorhelpers.com or at 480-621-6672.
If we could get you a price that would really make you happy, would you be willing to sell your company? Are you looking for an exit strategy to turn your world-class investment into cash? If you're ready to take on a new career or even just retire and need expert advice, WCI Brokers has the knowledge to get you your maximum value. With over 5,000 successful sales, 30,000 registered buyers, and 300 years of experience, we will handle every detail. Call 602-795-2005 and pay no fees until we turn your business into cash.
If I traded it all.
So welcome back, everyone. We're talking with Peter South. He's owner of iTrip, and we are talking about short-term rentals and a lot of people that are do-it-yourselfers. A lot of people try and do this on their own, and he knows that. But with with his company, you will be not. If you use him as your property management company, they're going to make sure that you are successful. If you are doing it on your own, what you're trying to do is still make people successful by helping them look and see things that they don't think about that needs to be at that level of where you think and know all those properties should be at.
Yeah, our goal is to make everyone in short-term rentals successful, because when you're successful, the industry is successful, and that ultimately makes everything better. When we can elevate every property, that's really good for the industry as a whole. And so we know that when guests show up, we want them to give you 5-star reviews. I want you to have a 5-star review if you're a do-it-yourselfer. And so some of the things you need to do, though, is make sure your property is cared for correctly. And there are so many little components of a house that when you live in it, you just are like, that's fine. That scuff mark, that ding, that hole in the wall, you can live with all of those things. But when you show up to a short-term rental and you see that there isn't care to a property, that automatically makes your opinion go down. And they might say, this house is nice, but I don't know. It was 4-star nice because somebody opened the door a little too hard and put a little a drywall ding in the door. Or, people are bringing in suitcases every week. And I don't know if you realize this, but when they're hauling those suitcases up your stairs, they're leaving scuff marks everywhere. And you don't want your house to be filled with scuff marks. So someone has to come in and either magic erase those or paint them. And, the cleaners aren't doing that. Cleaners are great at washing your sheets, making your beds, cleaning the kitchens. They're fantastic at that, but they are not painters and they're not repair people. And so a lot of these touch points, they need addressing, because over time, your house starts to look worn out. And you don't want that, because your house has to look like the photos. Every time someone shows up, if the photos don't match the reality, you're going to get a negative review about that. Might be a 4-star review, but you don't want 4-star reviews. You want 5-star reviews. And so you have to constantly be thinking, I have to make sure my house looks like the photos.
So what you've done is come up with a program that's going to start in the new year that you can come in. There's different, you mentioned, you can hire a handyman, but a handyman's going to cost you more, because they're going to cost you X amount of money to come in and do that one thing, where you're going to cost much less for a service that takes care of all sorts of little things.
Exactly. So when you run a short-term rental, you have to constantly be keeping it. And so our model is let's do a monthly or a quarterly or biannually or annually, and we'll come in and we'll do our inspection and we'll tighten all the screws, all the basic things. But then we'll identify the other items which you will need to take care of, like you need to clean out your dishwasher. It gets food particles in it. Someone has to clean that out. Your washing machine also needs to be cleaned out. Your vents, your dryer vent, and you could bring in a vent company and they can clean your dryer and they'll charge you $220 for that. But if you're part of our service, what you'll get is that we'll come and do our inspection, and then we'll additionally do those for you. So you get those at a discount because we're already doing so much work for you. The cost of hiring a handyman really is his time of getting to your house. Once he's at your house, the cost of work actually goes down substantially. So once we're in your home, once we're already there, your cost of repairs goes down dramatically.
Do you also help with, like, everybody's got to have a pool? You check on the condition of that. Do you also do that too?
Well, if you don't have a pool company, you should just have a pool company.
Right. But you'll make sure that everything is working properly.
So
or bring it up to their
as part of our
attention?
inspection, we will do a visual inspection of things like pool, landscaping, pests, any pests that you might see. Your paint, the overall look of your house, the aesthetic. We'll look at all of those things, and if I notice, look, I've been looking at pools for a long time, and I can tell when the pool's not working right. I don't have to check the chemicals. You can tell when you have experience, and that's one thing you're getting with us, is that we're not just starting this random company. We have experience already built in. I have over a decade of property management experience, and so I know what to look for when I'm in houses.
What's the number one thing that the do-it-yourselfer, I'm just going to say, overlooks?
What is the number one thing?
Is it the dishwasher cleaning? I was thinking, wow, I think I might need to do mine. I don't have a short-term rental, but I think I've never done that.
Right.
Some people do.
Most people don't even think of that in your own house, and you just wouldn't think of that until there's a problem. That's the difference, is that there's all these little tiny things that you just don't think of until there's a problem. Like, we have a house that has the latch on the dishwasher just doesn't connect right. So, okay, if we were checking that dishwasher regularly, we would see, something's going goofy with this. We would identify, like, this isn't working right before it's broken. But most people are reactive, and we're telling you need to be proactive in this business. because that's what keeps you as a top producing property, a top 5-star property, by being proactive, by making sure you have everything clean and nice and in working order before the guests arrive.
Right. So let's say let's say your shower has a little tiny bit of a drip leak. You're going to see that before that person comes in and sees that there's something going on here, because you just said it yourself. I mean, you're very passionate about what you do, Peter, and what you are mostly passionate about is that everybody in this industry, 5-star. That's what you want, 5-star for everyone. And all of your properties are. I know that's the way because that's the way you work. It's your business. That's what you want.
Yes, we want to always go for 5 stars, and the ways you do that are keeping up with the small things, and you have to be diligent about it. And when you are busy and you are a do-it-yourselfer, it's very difficult, and it's a small price to pay that you have somebody rather than get a 3-star or get a bunch of 4 stars because you were just like busy with your life. You know, you don't know what's going to happen. Maybe you're busy at your regular job. Your kids have a bunch of soccer practice and baseball here and there. You just don't have the time to always be in your properties. And that's why you hire a professional property manager to start with, because we give you all of your time back to focus on everything else, and then we just make the money for you. And that's why you hire the full-time. But if you enjoy it, great. Just know that you still need help. You cannot run a business, a short-term rental business, without help. And that's what we're offering, is either our full service or our additional, side service.
Well, I would say this, that most people that are running an Airbnb, or if you want to call it short-term rental, okay, when you say this, that they're doing it on their own, they don't know all of the laws that are in place. They don't know really how to do it as a true business. It's like almost having a side gig. You have to, it is, you have to run it like a business. And the state of Arizona, there are laws you have to obey. You have to pay your taxes. If you don't have a transaction privilege tax, the sales tax license, you're operating illegally. If you haven't registered your property with all the cities, you're operating illegally. And those are things you have to figure out. And we make it very easy for you. I have a step-by-step guide. This is how you get your tax license. And then I'll get your short-term rental license for the city for you. I take care of it for you. You don't even have to worry about that. You just pay the $250 that the city requires. So we make it really easy for you. And make sure more than anything that it is 5-star quality.
That's right. And we don't just, we're really advocates for the whole industry. And we sit on, I sit on the board of directors for the statewide coalition, Arizonans for Responsible Tourism. And that's because I understand, like I said, that when everyone in this business is successful, we're all better off. And it helps my business when other short-term rental operators are successful, because it gives a positive light to the community. We want people to have a positive experience every time they come to Arizona. Arizona relies on tourism, whether it's going to a hotel or going to a short-term rental. Both of those can exist harmoniously, and let's make sure that every time someone comes here to go see their spring training, that they have a great experience, whether they're staying in a hotel or whether they're staying at a short-term rental. We want them to have a great experience every single time.
You also want them to return. I think that's the biggest thing too, is when they go into one of your properties, they are going to be so excited about the whole experience. It is an experience to do that, and you want them to return.
That's right. We have a lot of return guests, and great. They know us, we know them, and it's really easy. Come back to our properties every time.
You know what? And you know what? You're going to love Peter, because Peter wants you to be successful. This is what I think is what I hear the most from you, is you're so passionate about the business that you're in. You started on your own being a do-it-yourselfer, but you became, the owner of iTrip, and you're helping everybody else be successful through you. You got to check him out. It is iTrip.com. You can call him direct. It's 480-586-9096.